So the way that these stories really came about, I had been aware of this issue of farm parties probably for years, and had been wanting to try to do some kind of a story on it because I knew it was an issue that was affecting a lot of people, but I just didn't have that voice for the story, the video for the story, until one woman contacted me, and she had all that. She had the video, she was willing to talk, she had a really compelling story, she and her neighbors, about how much these parties were impacting their lives. And so I interviewed her, her husband, her neighbor. I did that story. That was my first, story in this series, this ongoing series. And it was really that story that opened the floodgates. And ever since then, I have just been getting tips, emails, phone calls, been contacted by people asking me to look into different elements of these parties. And so it was really that first one that started this whole thing. And I continue, just to investigate these new tips that I do get in my story. But I mean, one of the things that's really been talked about is that state law could be tighter to help prevent these types of parties. And so that's an effort that's underway in the legislature right now, and something that some lawmakers have recognized. Because when you do have a farm designation, then agritourism is pretty broad and allows you to use your land for a lot of different purposes and allows you to skirt different ordinances. You don't have to, follow any county building ordinances. You don't have to have things like a required number of parking spaces or bathrooms, and that contributes to the idea a lot of people have that these farms are not set up to host parties in a safe manner. And then, when we're talking about alcohol, you're not allowed to sell alcohol unless you have a permit. And that's one of the issues that we're seeing in my stories, is that law enforcement is saying the people hosting these parties who own the land are either selling or at the very least allowing alcohol on their property and underage drinking.
Eric Krueger with WRAL. Can we talk to you for a minute?
Dwight Poole was not too eager to talk to me as he went down a side stairwell.
Mr. Poole, do you have any comment on the charges against you?
Yes, I do.
Could you let us know what that is?
I'm not guilty, ma'am.
Okay, I am here, as you probably know, for Mr. Poole and his wife, and I just wanted to see if you could send me the arrest warrants that he would have just been served, because I did not see them online yet. So when we're talking about the man we're here for today, in particular at the Orange County Detention Center, he's been charged with underage aiding and abetting underage drinking, and then people who attend his parties, some of them have been charged with DWI, and there were more than 70 calls to 911 for just one single party on his property in May. And I listened to a lot of those calls that I got through a records request, and some of them were really scary, including one that hit close to home as a mom of 2 young kids, was a pregnant lady who couldn't get out of her driveway. She was having contractions and couldn't get out of her driveway because so many cars from the party were blocking her in. Yeah, so that was scary.